What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another therapy session. This one's going to be covered by insurance, and there's no pet, no, and there's no copay required. Signed, Jesus Christ. It's like nah. I'll just play it. Yeah. Welcome back to the therapy session, y'all. And in this therapy session, we're gonna be talking about people pleasing, because it's in my heart to talk about this, but I'm not gonna lie. I really hate that word. Like, I hate that word because I've been trying to not like fake, not identify with it, because I don't. I think the only way of me thinking of people pleasers were people who were trying to do things for others in exchange for them to give them something in return. And I feel like I only did this as a kid to my mom only, but not to the outside world. I could care less how the outside world felt. But how I genuinely deal with people is really just off the back on if I care about you and love you. Like, I'm the same person all the way around. No difference. But the only person I guess I was people pleasing really was my mom at that time until I was no longer doing it. Cause okay. So with that being said, what I had to realize was people pleasing equals self abandonment. And when I read this, I said, oh my goodness, this is me. And I'm gonna tell you why. So I got some notes here. So let me pull up what self abandonment is. So self abandonment is basically learned behavior pattern that involves neglecting your own needs and desires to please others. Um, but it can manifest in different ways, right? So I'm gonna give you some of the ways: ignoring emotions, prioritizing others, not setting boundaries, people pleasing, hiding parts of yourself, and not trusting your instincts. Y'all, and when I read that, I was like, oh, I can't deny that I'm not a people pleaser no more, because I resonate with some of this stuff. So let me give you some signs of self abandonment, right? So self-abandonment, not forcing our boundaries because others won't like them. I did that all my childhood. I couldn't even make a boundary if I thought about it. If I thought about it in my head, punishment or beating. Like, it was what it was. Um, we stop disagreeing when we feel them pull away. Mine was more of I would not want to disagree with you if it was going to cause an argument and a rift. Like, instead of me holding my ground, I just didn't want to argue no more. And the reason why it was like that is because I was arguing with my mom constantly. Girl, I don't want to argue no more. I ain't got nothing else to say. Like, I'm the type of person, I don't have a lot to say when it comes to debating too much. Like, I'll debate you on some friendly type stuff, but when it comes to you trying to tell me I'm wrong or this, especially when there's lies in the middle, like, she would just be having lies in it just to have them in there. But when there's lies and stuff and you telling me I did something I really didn't do, like, girl, ain't nobody finna keep arguing with you. But that's not good at the same time too. Like, for the most part, I would walk away. But it's like, I know how to be in it and have a conversation that might be hard. But I don't like the confrontational part, because I feel like we never have to go there. And somehow we always got there. So that was always like a problem for me. Um, so I would walk away to a certain point, because again, it's like, all right, I know you pulling away. Mine wasn't pulling away. I know you about to go crazy. I don't feel like dealing with all this. So yep, you're right. Like, giving them that satisfaction, and that's not good, because now it's got her thinking she can just continue to do this, and it's not. And that goes with the boundary thing, because now I'm also not setting a boundary to let her know you can't play with me like that. And this is for other people too. Like, well, once I got into my relationship, I was like, some things I had spoken on, and once I realized when I spoke on them, and it went left so fast, and we was going at it crazy, and it instantly reminded me of my mom. So clearly, I had trauma. I was like, yeah, we're not doing this again. So I just always tried to keep the peace, but you can't keep the peace with people who ain't trying to keep the peace with you. Like, their underlining issue is not trying to hurt you. For the most part, it is. Like, they want you to feel whatever they're saying, and that's sad to say in my instance, but they're not like caring about you on the back end when they're saying these things. So why should you care? Exactly. So what else we have? Ignoring our intuition because it might leave us single. I ain't never done that. Well, I ain't gonna say never. Have I ignored my intuition? It's not. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm a fake people pleaser, because I've ignored my intuition, but it wasn't to keep nobody. Like, I don't need the person. I know I don't need the person in my life. That's why I don't understand how I be falling into this stuff. I don't need people in my life. I'm so cool with just walking by myself. If if it's going to be too much of a hassle to have this person there. Like I'm cool on that. But it would be more of like, I don't even know why I would ignore my intuition, to be honest. Trying to give people the chance. Thinking that they're gonna change. That's probably what it is. Cause I have ignored my intuition with my boyfriend at the time on something to keep my mental like clear. Cause at that time it was a lot going on. But we not together no more. So that so that kind of tell you where that went. I mean, I did kind of waste a lot of years when God been told me. So yeah, I kind of ignore my intuition because God been was telling me, he was like me up, been telling me, showing me stuff. But he was like, "Oh, you don't want to hear? I'm gonna make you feel it." Lord, I did not need to feel it. I did need to feel it, but that's not the point. The point is, I have ignored my intuition, and I don't like that for me. Giving them validation instead of asking for the validation that we need. So like giving them validation again, like I said with my mom, I used to give her validation, like, "Girl, you got it. You right. You right. This is what I do." Even though I'm kind of condescending with it, it's like, "Yep," dismissive or whatever. It's like, "Yep, you got it. I'll give you that." And to a person like that, like she look narcissist a little bit, narcissistic tendencies, I'll say. Um, with people like that, you can't get them no validation because they will take. I don't care if they don't even know how you really what you mean behind the words that you're saying. They still take that and run with it, and it's like, girl, please, I'm not really letting you win, but don't nobody want to sit here and argue for 40 days and 40 nights. That's really how I was saying it, and because I gotta live here, I'd rather live here in peace. But living in peace equals abandoning yourself. Not realizing, belittling ourselves for having needs, making everyone else needs a priority and ignoring your own. Oh, this is a big one for me. Oh, this is a big one for me. Oh, this is a big one for me. I would put everybody else before me. I would put everybody else before me. And I've done this for so many years that it had me 250 pounds after I had my son. Gray hairs out the wazoo. I'm only about to be 33 from stress, mentally drained, physically drained, not wanting to work, not wanting to do nothing, y'all. Just sitting here looking. I didn't want to do nothing to the point where I got like slightly depressed and just was over it. I was like, yo, I was on autopilot. I was on I was no longer interested in the things that I used to be interested in. And I was essentially just a robot, just enough so that my kids didn't feel what I was going through. So they never knew I was going through anything. But I would do just enough for them to be satisfied and then go right in my room and lay down. Just depressed. Sleeping, watching TV, just doing nothing. I wasn't too bad because I still would get up, wash, brush my teeth, do my daily routine of like, whatever I had to do that day. I still wash their clothes regularly, still did my daughter hair every 2 weeks, but my hair was not being done. I was not tending to my hair at all. Makeup was not being put on, and I love putting on makeup. I was not buying makeup. I was not doing different styles. I was not on YouTube, y'all. Like 10 years off of YouTube is insane. I'm not pouring into myself at all, and I'm actively trying though, because I was trying to like create a business. I did create a business, trying to do something with that. Didn't really have the fun, so that right there was frustrating within itself. Always had to make sure I stayed afloat. That was frustrating, but I did feed the kids. They got snacks. I still attended things for them, at school and things of that nature. And I had two kids in school, still did homework. It was never nothing with that. It was like, I was just a functioning depressive person. That's really what it was, and that's so crazy that it's just so crazy that how you can really prioritize everybody else and then they're not prioritizing you. And that's the whole thing about marriage. Like if I prioritize you, you're supposed to prioritize me too. So when you see me and my fuel is on low, you're supposed to be refilling me free of charge. It ain't I gotta do something for you to refill me. No, like giving money to get fuel. No, that's we are y'all. That's a whole nother thing. Cause I just don't. People be trying to play with me. Like don't play with me. Like I ain't put this whole family first. Cause I will chew you up and spit you out. Now I'm changing now. But okay. So those are some signs, y'all. If y'all see, if y'all can resonate with any of these signs that I just mentioned, comment down below. Cause I know I ain't the only one. I know I ain't. I'm gonna give you some other examples, right? So perfectionism. Oh, that's a big one. I am such a big perfectionist to the point where it can hinder you because you thinking everything has to be perfect when we all have to start somewhere. And eventually you'll just get burnt out because it's not perfect. It's never going to be perfect because nothing's perfect. And then what do? You stop doing it altogether when really it's just progress is what helps. As long as you keep going one foot in front of the next and doing whatever you're doing, you'll get to where you want to be eventually. And then I'll say this last one. It's many more. If y'all want to go look them up, y'all can. Not honoring. Well, I gotta hold on. I gotta say that one. Suppressing your feelings, not acting according to your values, not honoring your needs, self-criticism and judgment, and hiding parts of yourself. Ooh, 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 ooh. Not standing up for yourself. Lord, 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 Lord. Okay, so hiding parts of yourself. You know how when they say like people gotta dim their light just to be around other people. That's hiding parts of yourself. And yo, when I tell y'all I don't like this, like you could be around that's why you gotta put yourself around people that are similar to you that have the same values, the same likes and things of that nature, so nothing gets blurred. Okay? So one person don't have to think, oh, you think you better than me or you trying to do this, you trying like girl, no. Ain't nobody even think that. Nobody's even on that type of time, right? But the reason why I say this is because I've had this in like almost everything. I've had this in some friendships where now look, when it comes to friendships, I kind of don't like to talk like that when it comes to certain things because I don't really be trying to go back into the whole friendship. Somebody might come across this video and feel a certain way. So I won't speak on the friendship thing, but I did have that happen. When it comes to my mom, I definitely dim my light. Like I feel like I had more potential. Nah, you know what's crazy? I don't even think I dimmed it all the way with her. Well, I'll put it like this. I didn't dim it all the way with her, but I could not be myself. So that's still kind of the same. Like it wasn't much of a difference, but I was just more quiet around her. Like when we was always around, you couldn't say certain things. Even if I had an opinion, and my opinion was well educated and well articulated. If the subject was not something she wanted to hear, oh boy, you finna hear it when you go home. So it was like I still couldn't be who I am and trying to be in like in community with people, if that makes sense, if y'all know what I'm talking about. I would kind of do it like on the side, like with family and stuff. If we had like family gatherings or whatever, I'll do that stuff on the side, nothing else. But with jobs, I used to have to dim my light because people was haters. That's all it was. They was hating on me. But when I was sitting there, and because I'm the type of person, I go above and beyond, but I could just really be sitting there coming to work every single day doing my job, y'all. They will pick on you. Like I'm not doing nothing that the next person not doing. But if I'm not sitting here talking the way y'all talking or engaging or telling y'all how my dog did this and it, I'm a dog lover. Like I don't got time for that. I got real problems. I got kids. I gotta go do hair. I gotta figure out how to get some money. I gotta figure out how my car ain't gonna get repoed. Like all types of stuff. I don't got time to be playing with y'all at these jobs. So I can't like no. And people they would feel a certain type of way if they knew that they had to work a certain type of way to get there, or know somebody network to get to where they are, and they come to find out that you got there because you filled out an ad on Craigslist. Oh, okay. They be mad. Like I worked here. I got hired in 3 months. This is all off of how I operate. This ain't got nothing to do with me knowing Beth Ann and Susie. So they put in a word for me. No, I worked here. Okay. And then even when I got in a relationship, y'all, you know what's oh my goodness. The thing is like, yo, the signs was there and I just was not paying attention all the way because it was so much stuff going on. My discernment was so low. I was not self aware at all, but like miniature. All I'm gonna say is if I could have done it back then, I'd be so much more powerful as far as like, because one thing I don't like a bully. So when people like to bully people, I will take up for you if I'm around. And essentially, I feel like when it comes to not prioritizing yourself, I would say that I would tell people like, girl, go do what you want to do. It's your life. They can't nobody tell you. Da, da, da. Even if I have an opinion, I can still give you my opinion. But at the end of the day, you're gonna do what you want to do. But when it came to a relationship, I'd never forget. Like my mom used to always tell me, she used to always try to judge like what I got on. Girl, I never was the type to even be wearing see-through clothes or nothing like that. If anything, the most I would see through was the leggings, and that's just I couldn't really see it. Like it might not look see-through in the front, but in the back it did. But with that being said, she used to be like, she used to always have a comment about my clothes or always tell me I can't wear certain things. Y'all never forget this man I was dating said the same thing. I looked at him like, who you talking to? I'm gonna wear what I want. And I did. But eventually, now that I think about it, as we kept going, and I told him, I said, I don't play like that. Don't do that. Like that was something that I took very serious. If I would have took all of that very seriously, from how I was, from the stuff that I dealt with my mom, then we wouldn't even have been together as long as we were, because it was other stuff too. But so yeah, if I wouldn't have seen, I would have been looking like I don't think we're supposed to be together. But he used to basically he tried to tell me I couldn't wear something. I said, boy, I'm gonna wear whatever I want to wear, and that was that. But as time went, y'all, I started to realize he was doing other stuff. Like he would be mad because I had these two male friends, and he was mad at them, and he was insecure about some things too. So me, people pleasing, I always tried to make him feel like, well, I ain't gonna say it's people pleasing because at the same time, when you with somebody and you like, I want you to feel secure. Like I don't want you to think I'm cheating. I might be a pretty girl, but I'm not out here. I'm not like the rest of the girls. So to me, I didn't take that as people pleasing because I'm like, I just want to give you reassurance because that's what I like. I like reassurance. I'm not going to put on you what other people do. I'm not like that. So that was where he went wrong. But at the same time, like, because he was just judging me off of how I look. Well, then what you get with me for? Like, if you like me for the same stuff, you don't think somebody else gonna look at me? But he used to be mad at like little stuff, like people commenting on my video on my videos when I was making them or my pictures when I was taking them. Like, okay, now hold on now. Okay, now this is a little bit now. I feel like you're being a little bit too excessive because how you mad that somebody said I'm pretty? Am I not? Like, you think you're the only person in the world that can tell me that? No, you have to be secure within yourself to know that I'm not gonna do nothing, and I have to give you the reassurance to know that I'm for you. And he got that. So him still feeling that way, I just didn't understand that. That didn't rub me the right way. But even with that being said, the way that I tried to like, I would put his feelings before mine to try to be like, okay, cool. Let me see where he's coming from and do this. Now, I don't think it's anything wrong with that if you do it the first time. But if this man keep doing the same thing, then you got to say, hold on now. Now, I done already reassured you. If you can't take that, you got to go. Because I'm not going to keep proving myself over and over and over again, especially when it comes to um, at the expense of how I feel. Because I told you don't keep saying these things or keep acting this way. If you feel insecure, you got to go figure that out on your own. And then we can circle back this relationship maybe. Cause you don't know how long I'm gonna be around for, but that's neither here nor there. Um, but yeah, like, and I just will always prioritize everybody, and I will always dim my light. Like I couldn't be a certain type of way. Like another way, dimming my light. I'm the type like my mom. Like if she barbecue, she would feed the whole hood. Like she would feed the whole street. If you came by and asked for something, she'll give you something. So that was kind of like how I was taught, and I used to do that too. So in college, I had like I would cook and be tell my friend, "Oh, you want some?" I've always used to feed girls, boys, whatever. It didn't matter. One time I made mad, y'all. I made mad. I don't even know how many pounds of chicken it was, but it was for somebody's probate. After they was pledging, and it was like two big joints of fried chicken. They didn't pay me nothing for that, but he was my friend, so I had did that for him, right? So boom, do all of that. um I was talking to another friend that I was working with, and he was like, we was talking about something. I don't remember. And then he was like, I was like, "What did you eat?" And he was like, "No." I was like, "You want a plate?" Like I made a lot. And the dude, when I told this dude that, he got mad. Now this was I did this after before we was dating or something. Like we wasn't official yet. But I'm like, why you getting mad that I'm feeding somebody? Like, this is what I do. I like to serve people. I like to give people. I like to cook. So if you're around, I'm not mad at nobody. And then I go like I'm the person that like to make your plate too. Like I've always been that. Now I understand how some women take certain things nowadays where it's like, oh, I can't no woman can make my man plate. Like I get it. But at the same time, I just feel like, yo, if y'all secure, I don't know. Sometimes to me, it be feeling like some of these women don't be secure enough in their relationships. If me and my man is locked in, why would I think another woman making that man play is a problem? Two, if we being honest, and me and my man is locked in, and that's something that I don't like, and I have expressed that to him, 9 times out of 10, what he should do or would do is say, nah, my woman gonna make my plate. I'm just saying, we gotta put it on both people. Like, we can't just be like, oh, it's the woman, the woman, the woman. I would make it plate and there's nothing behind that. Like, it's all genuine. I would make an uncle plate, a cousin plate, a sister plate, a brother plate, a dad plate, anything. I might even ask you, you want me to make your plate? And there's nothing to that. I don't understand the whole thing behind that. But again, whatever, everybody, not me. But I'm not like that. But I will make people plates. I will pack the food for. It's just like it's natural for me to do that. And he didn't like that. No, he did not like that. Why are you making a plate for somebody else, boy? So I even stopped doing that. Like, now I drew the line with the friendship thing because I was like, you're being weird. Like, for my baby shower for my first child, I had my friend there, and I don't know, he just made it weird. I was just like, why you be making it weird? I'm not doing that with these people. But again, I think that was his own insecurities. That was something that he should have dealt with, and by him not doing that is the real reason. It's like one of the things that I started to see as time went on. But people pleasing really equals self abandonment, and I never realized that until I looked this up, and I was like, oh, I cannot call myself a people. I cannot not call myself a people pleaser no more. I mean, I'm not that no more because God has definitely worked on me. My no is my no, and my yes is my yes, and I'm not doing it out of sympathy for nobody. I'm not doing it to receive nothing from nobody. I anything that I do for a person is really genuine. I don't even look for nothing from nobody when I'm doing stuff for them because at the end of the day, it's a genuine interaction between me and you, and I really care about you. I don't do stuff for just random people, or anything for just random people. But if you ask me for help, I don't mind giving that help, if that makes sense. But it's been plenty of times where I have ignored my own emotions at the expense of somebody else because I don't want them to spaz out and put prioritizing everybody else to the point where my whole body physically was done, my mind was physically done. If it wasn't for God in 2023 December, I don't even know like where I would be right now because I was just so down and out. Like, so y'all, we got to stop playing around with ourselves. Like, y'all know that saying, you can't pour into an or you can't pour out into an empty cup. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Always trust your instincts and don't hide the parts of yourself that make you shine. That's what make you you. That's what make you different. And I don't care what nobody says. Don't let nobody tell you any different. You gotta believe and have that confidence in yourself. Because I know who I am. I know what I provide. That's why I never even get the whole what you bring to the table. I wish a man would. But even still, what I bring to the table is something that you're never gonna get again. That's going to be my answer. What I bring to the table is something you're never going to get again. This is an even exchange. I pour into me. I pour into you. You pour into me. Period. It has to be genuine. It has to be because I want to. It has to be because I love you. I can't be with somebody just because of status. I can't do nothing. I cannot fake none of this stuff, y'all. This is life. I don't know how people be faking life. I don't know how they do it. I cannot fake it. I cannot be with somebody I don't like. I gotta genuinely like you. I don't care what nobody else say. Everybody else can say you ugly. If I think you cute and I like how you treat me, that's all that matters. Like, what happened to that? Like, personality. What happened to personality? What happened to having values? Like, we just gotta be on the same page, y'all. That's it. That's it. So anything I give is going to be genuine. And I want the same in return. I want that reciprocated. Period. Because I cannot people please no more. I will not ignore myself no more. Y'all see, I'll be on this video with some makeup sometimes. I like doing that. I'm getting my collection back up and everything. But God never intended us to people please. He intended us to serve, but he didn't say people please. He didn't say go above and beyond the people that's not doing nothing for you. Now, one-sided. Love is not one-sided. Love is a choice, and the choice has to be on both ends. I might love you, but if you ain't giving me the same, if you're not showing me you love me, I can't keep doing this because eventually I'll be burnt out. And I went through that. Y'all see, I'm trying to be consistent. I did fall off a little bit for like a week or two, but that's not the point. The point is I was trying. But yeah, y'all, we can't be around here playing like that. We gotta pour into ourselves before we can get it to other people. Don't think and don't look for nothing in return because you will be well disappointed if you think you're gonna do something for somebody and they're gonna return it. That those type of people is rare. Like, I know I'm one of them. I am a little bit like, if you do something to me, I feel like I gotta do another thing for you and like big time. I don't know. It's so easy for me to do that. Like, if you give me some flowers, then the next time I go get you something, and I like personalized stuff. Like, I like to personalize stuff for people. If you give me some flowers one day, I feel like I gotta go get you some drawers the next. If we talking about a bed, like it gotta be something that you want or some sneakers or something. I gotta do something. It gotta be like that because I just like serving people. But it's a way to do that and to realize you only should be doing that to certain people and not to everybody because everybody is not worthy of that same type of treatment. And if you get the right leech, they'll take all your blood. If you get the right leash, they'll take all your blood. Don't let nobody take all your blood. But yeah, y'all. Yeah, that's some signs of people pleasing and how people pleasing equals self abandonment. Y'all took me right up out of here. I did not realize that. If you are like me, or if you just feel like if you could resonate with one of the things that I said, y'all put a comment below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in my next one.